welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the beasts from the book of Revelation. First, let us be sure to know about who are we going to talk about. So we need to check a passage that mentions three beings. American Standard Version, book of Revelation, chapter 16, verse 13. And I saw coming out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet, three unclean spirits, as it were frogs. The first being described as a dragon is Satan. Satan is a spirit that is in opposition of humanity and God. The being described as the false prophet is a human, also known as the Antichrist, or the King of the North. The third being described as a beast is not a spirit and is not human. This is the topic of this video. There are a few more hindrances to overcome to understand who is the beast I am talking about. Babylon from the future is called a beast, but Babylon is a city with tremendous political and trading power. It is not a military power or a being. The beasts with 7 heads are 7 military powers, so it's not a being. Let's see the Bible. American Standard Version, Book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 7. And the angel said unto me, Wherefore these two wonder? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman, and of the beast that carrieth her, which has the 7 heads and the 10 horns. Here is calling beasts to the 7 military powers. Verse 8, the beast that thou sawest was, and is not, and is about to come out of the abyss, and to go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder. They whose name has not been written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast, how that he was, and is not, and shall come. He is calling Babylon beast a couple times. Babylon was one head of military empire, and by the time John was writing, Babylon was not anymore. But in the future, it's going to reappear not as a military power, but as a merchant power. Finally, in the book of Revelation, chapter 13, we found the beast and an image of the beast, which is an artificial intelligence. Also a beast coming out of the waters and another one coming out of the earth. One is called the first beast and the other the second beast. It is overwhelming trying to understand chapter 13 from the book of Revelation. At some point, we don't know if it is talking about a military empire or about a single being. Let us see both interpretations. American Standard Version, book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 1. And he stood upon the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast coming out of the sea, having 10 horns and 7 heads, and on his horns 10 diadems, and upon his heads 10 names of blasphemy. Here, the beast has 7 heads, meaning 7 empires, and the 6th head has 10 horns. American Standard Version, Book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his throne and great authority. This beast is having the body of a leopard, the feet of a bear, and the mouth of a lion. It is obvious that it is referring to the beasts of or military empires described in the book of Daniel. These empires are Greece, Medo-Persia, and Babylon. We can have 2 interpretations. One, we can say that out of the 7 military war powers, Satan chose one, the 6th king or 6th head. Or 2, Satan will give his power, throne, and authority to each head, to Egypt, to Syria, to Babylon, to Medo-Persia, to Greece, to 10 European countries, and to the new power. This is not the beast that we are dealing with. Nevertheless, Revelation 13 verse 2 may have a different interpretation. If we consider verse 2 independent from verse 1, we found a whole new being. John was able to describe the body, but Daniel was not. As a matter of fact, Daniel wrote that the fourth beast is unlike the lion, the leopard, and the bear. American Standard Version, Book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 7. After this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, terrible and powerful and strong exceedingly. And it had great iron teeth, and devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with his feet. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it. And it had 10 horns. Daniel was not able to describe it, and John did. Therefore, this is not a military empire or a human being, but a new species, a being pretty much chosen by Satan. A clue is given in the book of Daniel. First, the Antichrist becomes king of the north. American Standard Version, book of Daniel, chapter 11, verse 21. And in his place shall stand up a contemptible person, to whom they had not given the honor of the kingdom. But he shall come in time of security, and shall obtain the kingdom by flatteries. Second, the Antichrist chooses a god. This god is the beast that the book of Revelation is talking about. American Standard Version, book of Daniel, chapter 11, verse 36. And the king shall do according to his will, and he shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god, and shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods. And he shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished. For that which is determined shall be done. Neither shall he regard the gods of his fathers, nor the desire of women, nor regard any god, for he shall magnify himself above all. But in his estate shall he honor the God of forces. And a God whom his father knew not shall he honor with gold and silver and with precious stones and with pleasant things. And he shall deal with the strongest fortresses by the help of a foreign God. Whosoever acknowledge him he will increase with glory, and he shall cause them to rule over many, and shall divide the land for a price. The above 4 verses are actually an explanation, but parentheses didn't exist in the time of Daniel. The proper way of understanding these verses is right after Daniel 11, verse 21. The reason is that in the book of Revelation, the beast takes control of the wars, the economy, and the religion right from the beginning. These verses need some explanation. The king that is talking about is the king of the north. The God of gods is the God of Israel. The gods of his fathers is referring to any god. The desire of woman seems to be a candidate chosen by women. The God of forces or foreign god is the beast. Here, the God of forces can be translated as the God of shields or God of defense because it's going to defend Europe. The word God here is referring to a being superior than a human, but not to the God of Israel. On planet Earth, humans are dominant, so this being must be extraterrestrial. The scripture gives some clues with why this is true on the end times. First, let's indicate that the Bible talks about life outside Earth. American Standard Version, Book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore heavens celebrate, and those who dwell in them. Now that we know beings live outside Earth, the Bible clearly states a war in the heavens, and the losers will arrive at this planet. American Standard Version, Book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 7. And there was war in heaven, Michael and his angels going forth to war with the dragon, and the dragon war and his angels. Verse 8, and they prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. Verse 9, and the great dragon was cast down, the old serpent, he that is called the devil and Satan, the deceiver of the whole world. He was cast down to the earth, and his angels were cast down with him. This is telling us that extraterrestrial beings are going to be among us in the end times. This is the origin of the beast. We need to clear one more beast. This beast came up out of the earth, and it has 2 horns like a lamb's horns, and it speaks like a dragon. American Standard Version, Book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 11. And I saw another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like unto a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. The description of this beast is not found in the book of Daniel, but the book of Revelation prophesies about a world military power besides Europe. So this beast has, with 2 horns, meaning 2 countries, is the 7th head or 7th king. Now we can explain the rise and fall of the beast. After being defeated in heaven, Satan and his angels are cast down to earth, and among them, the beast. American Standard Version, Book of Revelation, chapter 12. And there was war in heaven, Michael and his angels going forth to war with the dragon, and the dragon warred on his angels. Number 8, and they prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast down, the old serpent that is called the devil and Satan, the deceiver of the whole world. He was cast down to the earth, and his angels were cast down with him. The Antichrist will become king of the north. American Standard Version, Book of Daniel, chapter 11, verse 21. And in his place shall stand up a contemptible person, to whom they had not given the honor of the kingdom. But he shall come in time of security, and shall obtain the kingdom by flatteries. Now the Antichrist chooses the beast as God. American Standard Version, Book of Daniel, chapter 11, verse 36. And the king shall go according to his will, and he shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god, and shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods. And he shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished, for that which is determined shall be done. Verse 37. Neither shall he regard the gods of his fathers, nor the desirous woman, nor regard any god, for he shall magnify himself above all. Verse 38. But in his estate shall he honor the God of forces, and a God whom his father knew not shall he honor with gold and silver and with precious stones and pleasant things. At this point, we can say that Satan chooses Europe, or the sixth head, and the beast, chosen by the Antichrist also. American Standard Version, Book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his strong and great authority. The beast is some kind of warrior that helped the Antichrist on the war against the kings of the south. American Standard Version, Book of Daniel, chapter 11, verse 39. And he shall deal with the strongest fortresses by the help of a foreign god. Whosoever acknowledges him, he will increase with glory, and he shall cause them to rule over many, and shall divide the land for a price. 10 European countries will join forces with the beast. American Standard Version, Book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 12. And the 10 horns, the 2 swords are 10 kings, who have received no kingdom as yet, but they receive authority as king with the beast for 1 hour. Verse 13. They have one mind, and they give their power and authority unto the beast. The beast and the 10 European countries will decide to attack Babylon. American Standard Version, Book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 15. And he says unto me, the waters which 2 souls where the harlot cities are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. Verse 16. And the 10 horns which 2 souls and the beast shall these hate the harlot, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and shall burn her utterly with fire. Verse 17. For God did put in their hearts to do his mind, and to come to one mind, and to give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of God shall be accomplished. Verse 18. And the woman whom 2 souls is the great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth. This event is important in the book of Revelation, but in the book of Daniel, where is it? Well, this event is in the Daniel chapter 11, 24, but Babylon is a city, and this verse mentions a province. Let's see. American Standard Version, Book of Daniel, chapter 11, verse 24. In time of security shall he come even upon the fattest place of the province, and he shall do that which his father have not done, nor his fathers. He shall scatter among them prey and spoil and sustenance. Yeah, he shall divide his devices against the strongholds, even for a time. Here, province stands for the 7th and 8th kings. So what it means is that the beast and the 10 horns are going to defeat the beast that looks like a lamb but acts like a dragon. It has 2 horns, but it's going to totally destroy Babylon, the woman. Also, the Bible can be said this way. 10 European countries led by the beast will attack and defeat 2 military countries and destroy a merchant city in a single military operation. The area with 2 military countries and a merchant city is called the province. Where it says that the 7th head with 2 horns is defeated by the 6th head with 10 horns in the book of Revelation. To answer this question, keep in mind that 5 kings or heads are no more. Only two heads are left. One is chosen by the dragon and the other is seriously wounded. American Standard Version, Book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 1. And he stood upon the sands of the sea, and I saw a beast coming up out of the sea, having 10 horns and 7 heads, and on his horns 10 diadems, and upon his head names of blasphemy. Number 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his strong and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as though it had been smitten unto death, and his death stroke was healed, and the whole earth wondered after the beast. When it says that the head was smitten unto death, but his death stroke was healed, it means that the lamb with 2 horns is defeated, but survived the attack. This explains why the lamb with 2 horns worshipped the first beast, or the head with 10 horns, because it has been subdued. A whole video is necessary to explain chapter 13. American Standard Version, Book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 11. And I saw another beast coming out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like unto a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Number 12. And he exercised all the authority of the first beast in his sight, and he makes the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose death stroke was healed. But the beast, or commander-in-chief of the Antichrist military forces, is badly wounded, and is out of action for the next 3.5 or 7 years. To deceive the whole world, think that the beast is okay, the lamb with 2 horns builds a robot identical to the beast. But this robot has an artificial intelligence that is alive. This mechanical beast solves the social, economical, and political problems of the nations with the number 666. American Standard Version, Book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 14. And he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the reason of the signs which it was given him to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, who has the stroke of the sword and live. How do we know the beast is disabled for 7 years? Because he is not mentioned in any battle until 7 years later when he kills the last 2 Christians. American Standard Version, Book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 3. And I will give unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. Verse 7. And when they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that comes out of the abyss shall make war with them, and overcome them, and kill them. The beast let the 2 witnesses prophesy for 3.5 years because he is still sick. Another reason that proves the absence of the beast is a main battle called the Second Woe, or the 6th trumpet. This happens 3.5 years after the fall of Babylon. American Standard Version, Book of Revelation, chapter 9, verse 13. And the 6th angel sounded, and I hear a voice from the horns of the golden altar which is before God. Verse 14. One saying to the 6th angel that had the trumpet, loose to the 4 angels that are bound in the great river Euphrates. Verse 15. And the 4 angels were loose that had been prepared for the hour and day and months and year, that they should kill the 3rd part of men. In this battle, the military forces of the Antichrist are attacked by Iraqi forces on one side and ships on the other. Here, the Antichrist seems to lose 1/3 of his army. The battle is also in the book of Daniel. American Standard Version, Book of Daniel, chapter 11, verse 29. At the time appointed he shall return and come into the south, but it shall not be in the latter time as it was in the former. Verse 38. For ships of Kittim shall come against him. Therefore he shall be grieved, and shall return and have indignation against the holy covenant, and shall do his pleasure, and he shall even return and have regard unto them that forsake the holy covenant. Apparently, the Antichrist blames God. On the following 3.5 years, he curses God and declares war to the church. God's answer is pouring out 5 bowls of his anger on the Antichrist kingdom and his followers. It is the sixth bowl that the beast is mentioned again. American Standard Version, Book of Revelation, chapter 16, verse 12. And the sixth poured out his bowl upon the great river, the river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way might be made ready for the kings that came out from the sun rising. Verse 13. And I saw coming out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophets, three unclean spirits as it were frogs. There is no indication of the beast attacking the church through the 3.5 years, but it's the Antichrist who does. Was the beast in coma? Was it wounded really bad? I don't know. At the end of 7 years after the fall of Babylon, which is also the end of the 3.5 years of the waging war against the church, the beast is in Jerusalem fighting the two witnesses. The end of the 7 years is the beginning of the third war. This is Armageddon. This war lasts about 2.5 months. After the church is gone or is sleeping, like Jesus said, the beast is back in business. The king of the south attacked the king of the north, but it's unclear where the attack is, Europe or Israel. One explanation is God attacked the kingdom of the Antichrist, which is Europe, and the Antichrist runs to Israel with his troops. Being in Israel, the beast kills the two witnesses, but the king of the south sees as threat those troops and attacks the beast in Israel. Another explanation is the king of the south attacked Europe. The king of the north counterattacked by invading Egypt, Libya, Israel, and other countries. American Standard Version, Book of Daniel, chapter 11, verse 40. At the time of the end, the king of the south will engage him in battle, and the king of the north will storm out against him with chariots and cavalry in a great fleet of ships. He will invade many countries and sweep through them like a flood. Verse 41, he will also invade the beautiful land. Many countries will fall, but Edom, Moab, and the leaders of the Ammon will be delivered from his hand. Verse 48, he will extend his power over many countries. Egypt will not escape. Verse 43, he will gain control of the treasures of gold and silver and all the riches of Egypt, with the Libyans and Cushites in submission. In that moment, God pours the sixth bowl, and the armies of the east cross the Euphrates. American Standard Version, Book of Revelation, chapter 16, verse 12. And the sixth poured out his bowl upon the great river, the river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way might be made ready for the kings that come from the sun rising. Who are these armies? China, India, Japan, and everybody east of Euphrates? Hard to tell, but seems like troops from all around the world are heading to Israel. This moment is also described in the book of Daniel. American Standard Version, Book of Daniel, chapter 11, verse 44. But reports from the east and the north will alarm him, and he will set up in great rage to destroy and annihilate many. If God doesn't shorten those days, none will survive. The end is near, and God's army show up in the sky. The beast, the Antichrist, and the dragon realize they are surrounded, so they come out with a plan. They convince all the armies of the world that the Antichrist is Jesus Christ himself. All the armies of the world surround and attack Jerusalem. Jesus Christ descends to the Mount of Olives and frees Jerusalem by counterattacking the armies of the whole world with the help of the 144,000 Israelites. The beast and the 10 armies run to the mountains of Edom. There is the last battle. Because in the mountains of Edom the armies of Gog and Magog will be defeated, the place is called the mountain of Magog and Edom. This mountain is also known as Armageddon. Thank you.